My name is Sabine Salamé. I'm from Beirut, Lebanon, currently based in Barcelona. I make rap or something in between rap and spoken word, and sometimes I sing a little bit. And yeah, I find it I don't know, a bit ironic in the world that we live in, because there are no liquid frontiers, especially for people like me. There's very, very clear, very solid walls that separate my own people from each other. So, yeah, like there's even imaginary frontiers that are not even liquid, you know, that seem very real and disconnect people and places. So yeah, so I think frontiers are, I think they're a European thing. I think Europe invented frontiers and kind of exported that to the world alongside a lot of other horrible things. Thank you very much. No offense, I'm sure you had nothing to do with it, but like, anyway, accept the responsibility of your ancestors for this part of it. Because if you think about it, like for example now, like Beirut, if you really think about the distance and the people and stuff like that, if you come in and see like how far, for example, Beirut is from Gaza, you realize that it's closer than how Torino is to Rome, you know, or even maybe the suburbs of Torino, you know, like so. The only reason why we feel like this is another country is because there was this huge wall that got erected between us and separated this same people pretty much, you know, because we have like similar culture, we eat the same food, we even speak the same language, our dialects are very much intertwined, like you said. And if I may borrow that sentence. And yeah, that. So yeah, so I find like the idea of liquid frontiers. I don't think frontiers could be liquid. I think sometimes we have the illusion of liquid. I think sometimes people who don't have frontiers use that sentence when they appropriate other cultures or then they bring other cultures to Europe. Then maybe it seems to you that the frontiers don't exist because it's easy for you to bring other people's cultures here. But it's not easy for us to even connect with our own cultures because of the very real frontiers. I think it's a bit maybe different for different scenes, for different music scenes. Like definitely the experimental music scene has a different structure and vibe, and people behave with each other differently than they do in the rap scene, for example. And like the more I'm becoming a known person in the music industry, the more I'm meeting, you know, big actors and big people and big promoters and big venues and, you know, the big industry. And it's kind of scary, to be honest, because I come from a very authentic place, you know. My art is very authentic, it's very real, it resembles me a lot. This is why I go by my real name also, because I felt like this is me and this is what I do. So then I meet these people of like the big industry music scene, and there's no one that's like real there, you know, like very few people are actually real people, you know. You feel like you're behaving with like concepts and phenomenons and like, you know, it was strange to me at first, this part, and I think it's a bit tough also going around that part. I think now that I have a manager, it's easier in some parts because he gets to deal with some of that stuff and I don't have to deal with it directly. But there's a lot of wolves out there, you know, especially when you're a woman. Especially when you're an honest, authentic, fragile person who's not afraid to be fragile in their work. So that actually opens you up to a lot of a lot of people who want to take advantage of you, a lot of people who want to take advantage of your image or want to ride that, whatever you have in order to create something for themselves as well. And, but there's definitely also good things there. And I think a lot of the good things are, I think there's an opportunity also of being a woman, because there's not that many women in the scene, and the Arabic rap scene, for example. So that creates opportunities for me that the guys don't necessarily have. Because, but also these opportunities sometimes come in a superficial way, just because I'm a woman, you know, like, oh yeah, let's put this, you know, oh, woman, yeah, you know. So, so it's a back and forth, and you try to take advantage of the things that you can take advantage of, and you try to deal with the hardships that you deal with. But definitely, it's very tough being an artist. It's extremely tough. It's been like these 3 years have been some of the hardest 3 years of my life, and I've had to take a lot of hard decisions. My lifestyle has been insane. Like. I don't even know what's going on. I mean, we were talking about this before, of like, I'm traveling so much, I don't even have a life anymore. I feel like I'm a ghost, you know, going through spaces. So it's really hard to find, you know, like really ground yourself when you're doing something like this. You have to really have people you trust around you. You have to build like, you know, a solid structure for yourself somewhere, and yeah. But I love the music part, you know, I love making music, and I love singing, I love going on stage. And I've been saying that a lot for the past 3 years, of like, I love the music, I hate everything around it. Yeah, I used to juggle. I can still juggle. I don't do it as much anymore because one of my friends who taught me a lot of things about juggling passed away a couple of years ago, so I haven't been juggling a lot since, because that kind of broke that part of me a bit. And but I still do it from time to time. And I enjoy doing a lot of things. Like, I really love cooking. I'm very, very passionate about food, so I think that's something I share with Italians and Lebanese and Italians. We love food, so that's a common point we have. I also like to, I'm an activist when I'm not doing music. I work with a lot of collectives. I mentioned that I'm in a music collective. I'm a rap collective that I started with 2 other queer migrant people artists in Barcelona. So that's one collective I work with. I have another collective that's a network for Palestinian prisoners. Shout out to Samidoun, and that I work with also in Barcelona. And yeah, that takes up a lot of my time, especially now, like everything is going on. I feel like it's important to. It's just that right now I feel like even making music has kind of lost its taste a bit, you know, like with the genocide and everything. It's really affected me a lot, and it's kind of tough just, you know, living my life normally while all this is happening. So it's not easy, but so it makes a lot of sense to just be doing whatever I can from the place that I am to disrupt this imperial colonial machine in some way. And yeah. I don't know if it always translates into the music abruptly. I don't like to be explicitly political in a sense in my music. In Nahas, we do have a track which is called Ard, which means land, and we do talk about Palestine, and that's like explicitly political in that sense. Like I said before, like the personal is political to me, and like just being a woman, a queer woman who's open and Arab, just that alone, me talking about my life, this alone is political, inevitable. Whether I like it or not, it's political. And I don't like this separation that we would do with like, oh, are you political, are you not political? I think everybody's political. Even when you're not political, you are political. You know, even when you say, I don't like politics, that in itself is a political statement. So everything is political. So it's just like a matter of like, okay, so what do you stand for, you know? Wow. Wow, doing psychoanalysis, or is this an interview? Recurring nightmare. I actually haven't been dreaming a lot, and I don't remember my dreams a lot anymore. I did used to have a lot of recurring dream where I'm drowning, and then I found out I had asthma, so I think that was part of that dream. And also after the explosion, I had a lot of waking and sleeping dreams that were like a reliving of that moment. So that's a nightmare that I don't entirely like. I don't know, actually. I think I need to sit and think about that a lot. It's like a very deep question. Wasn't expecting that one.
Sorry. It's just like, you know, sometimes I imagine all the interviews are almost the same, you know, always asking the same thing. So, yeah.
It's interesting.
It's a different thing. But
yeah. Like a sleeping nightmare or a waking nightmare or dream? You know, because you have like the conscious dreams, you know. You have like the dream that is, okay, like I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that. Like this is a sort of like, you know, dream or hope. And then you have the dreams that when you're sleeping and your subconscious is just playing mind tricks on you. And I don't know which one you were referring to.